I'm back. Just when you thought it was safe to go back on YouTube, I'm back. This is might be my actually last set of videos from this apartment. Actually, hopefully, well, let's put it this way: everything will be in storage, so I'll be in here on the floor, until my place gets ready. But while I have the chance to put some stuff um in storage, I have to go ahead and get it in there, and it doesn't matter if I have to, crash for a couple of um for a couple of days, few days, a week, I'll just camp out. I'll just make myself scarce during the day, and then come and just basically sleep. So that's okay. And also I was talking to my sister. I definitely am going to make some plans. I would like to have a fix up my grandmother's house so that we'll have a summer place to go to in the summertime. And it's a little house, but it needs some work. So what I'm thinking of is when I start working and start getting a few pennies, I can actually start working on her house because I wouldn't mind living there. It doesn't get cold enough there for me. It's in Virginia. It doesn't get cold enough. It doesn't snow enough for me, but we'll see. And at least I'll be on the East Coast and I'll be close to my family. Let's see what else. Oh, I know. I think I told you guys. Well, I know I told you guys that I fell not too long ago on some wet um slate, I guess you would call it. And well, it was a little bit more serious than I thought. I could tell I had pulled some stuff, but I thought it wasn't that bad. But I did end up having to go to the VA, and I am on Vicodin. I am on um uh muscle relaxers. So if I go off on a tangent, you guys will know. Uh-oh. Well, actually, this morning, it's funny. Last night I took my medicine about I'll say 10 o'clock, and I slept till 4. And I guess when the medicine wore off, I woke up and couldn't go back to sleep. I laid there, couldn't go back to sleep. So um I went on and got up, but then today I had a whole bunch of stuff to do. But you know what? I was just like, I need to lay down. I need to lay back down. So after I got my dishes, breakfast dishes and stuff all cleaned up, I actually did lay back down for a few minutes and the phone rang, and then it was my housing coach, I guess you call her, uh, calling me. So I talked to her for a while. So that's really good. And that's why I was saying that I may have to put the stuff in storage before my new place is ready. Basically, that's but when you get a chance to do that kind of thing, when you have to do it up. So yeah, I definitely pulled my glute. I did have to go to the VA, to the hospital. I did pull my glute. I did actually, yeah, I pulled my glute. I did something to the soft tissue in my neck and down my back. I forgot what my doctor called it. He called it some area. It's something that goes from your neck all the way down. I don't know what you call it, but whatever it is. And it also aggravated. That's not the word. I think it's yeah. Well, yeah, it is. That's kind of the word. Aggravated knee injury that I had from before. So I think I should, when I start, I have to wear my knee brace, put it that way. I have to wear my knee brace because um, leaning towards, one side so my right side won't hurt. I'm putting pressure on my other leg. So, you know, whatever, I'm falling apart. But not bad for an old lady. So, I have written some notes for the new book. I also have Well, I got to think of my own word because some people on YouTube they call a rant. Um, I don't know what to call. Maybe a jump. Yeah, I'll say I'm jumping on something. That'll be mine. I'm jumping up. Say hi to to my grandkids and to my son and to my sister Yolanda that I talked to yesterday. It was good, really good talking to her. She knows a lot about law and stuff, so she's worked for lawyers for years and years, so she knows all about that stuff. So because I'm definitely filing a claim, and I went to talk to an attorney because it's more serious than I thought. You know, it's more serious than I thought. And then what's going to happen months down the road, years down the road, if I, I'm going to be 60 next month. So that's nothing to, I'm in pretty good shape, but still you never know. Because it is going to affect my what do you call it? What do you call it? Standard of living. That's the word I'm looking for. So we'll see. But what I'm going to jump on you today is AARP. Let's rock and roll. I bet you nobody's jumped on them. Probably not. But um I'm going to jump on them because it doesn't make any sense, the nonsense that they do. Um this is the January and February issue, and on the front actually of it, well, first let me show you something first. Look how tiny. I gotta learn how to put this thing up so I can show things on the screen. I'll figure it out someday. But look how tiny the writing is. Look how small that is. Now, if this is supposed to be a senior citizen magazine, oh, first of all, disclaimer, don't bother suing me. Okay, okay, don't bother, because when the judge gets to when you when the judge gets through laughing in your face, you can come get Zanzibar, you can come get these books. I mean, that's all I got. Earrings, you can come get those. You can, if you want. Okay, but actually um on the front page is supposedly, now this is what the magazine says, and from what I'm um gleaming from it, the faces of Alzheimer's. So supposedly these people that they're showing, well, I know Ronald Reagan had it. Now, come on. The president of the United States had Alzheimer's, people. The most powerful man in the world had Alzheimer's. This was our commander in chief. He had Alzheimer's. And I remember at the time, um, his wife, people were assuming that his wife was just taking over. She was a former actress. He is one of the few, he might be the only president who was ever divorced because he was an actor. In case you guys don't, class of 2115, you may not know, you might know, but look him up. He had Ronald Reagan. He had been he's one of my favorite presidents, actually. He was a Republican. Um, he actually had been an actor and had actually been divorced. And if I'm not mistaken, he's the only president that's ever been divorced up until that time. And I don't think any of the other ones have been. Um, and he's very charismatic, but he was Republican, so he had his little conservative side to him. But he was actually married to Nancy Davis, and she was an actor also. And at the time, of course, the American people didn't know he had Alzheimer's, and and she would always help him and be speaking for him, and stuff like that, and people were like, oh, Madam President. You know what I mean? And people were taking it the wrong way. And after we learned actually what was going on, that he actually had Alzheimer's, it was just really scary to think that the president of the United States had actually had Alzheimer's. A couple of more, I knew about him. A couple of more people that actually surprised me. Floyd Patterson is a boxer. And Jimmy Stewart. I didn't know Jimmy Stewart had it. I didn't know he had Alzheimer's. And Margaret Thatcher, she was the prime minister of Britain. I don't know if she had it while she was prime minister, I don't know. Etta James, she's a jazz singer. She's the one that Beyonce was playing in a movie that she made. And I ain't gonna start on Beyonce because we'll be here all year. But however, I will say this: she is much more intelligent, and I think she has much more talent than always standing there with her legs open and going like this. And I think she did a very good job on that movie when she played Etta James. But it's just, it seems like once women get pegged as a sex symbol, that's it. No one takes you seriously. Like Marilyn Monroe was a very intelligent woman, highly intelligent woman. But once you play the you know, then you're kind of stuck in that thing. And I kind of think that's what's happened to Beyonce. I really wish she would get into some serious acting and do some serious things. I really, really do. Um, uh, oh, Charles Bronson. I didn't know. Oh, and the guy that played Columbo. I can't remember his name. Oh my gosh. Not Robert Blake. The guy that played Columbo. Couple of more people. Oh, Ann Landers. No, Abigail Van Buren. She was she Dear Abby? Yeah, Dear Abby, which was a column, newspaper column. Oh, in Class of 21, this is a paper. This is a newspaper. You guys probably won't. I mean, I probably could have gotten it online, which would have probably done me better to get it online because I could make the writing bigger. Did you see how small that writing was? And I'm going to talk about what's inside of it also. Um, Perry Como is a singer. Charlton Heston is a also an actor. He played did he play Moses? I want to say in The Greatest Story Ever Told, something like that, some big religious thing. I can't remember, but that's a subject pretty close to home as far as I'm concerned. My mother's 81 and she is living in assisted living now because she just, she couldn't be in that great big house wandering around by herself anymore. Also, that stuff runs in the family, and that's why I try to, even doing crazy stuff like this, to my grandkids, and writing and reading, and I like to do word searches and different things like that just to keep my mind. You have to exercise your mind like you do, and I drink a lot of water and I take aspirin and stuff because Alzheimer's, what they found is physically um, calcium deposit in your brain. And see, that's one of my theories that most diseases and a lot of conditions are caused by dehydration, simply dehydration. That is one of my theories. I believe it. I do believe it because I believe that your body, if you're dehydrated, your body can't wash out the poisons out of your body, and they don't, your blood doesn't circulate. And if there's any, I mean, I'm sure it's more complicated than that, but that's my theory. So, um, AARP magazine. I also belong to AARP. I also belong to them. Um, let's see. So I showed you how small it is. So next, yeah, and I'm really, really, I had a great aunt that had Alzheimer's on my father's side, and so now apparently it's on my mother's side. So, we really got to watch out. We really got to watch out, especially my one sister, the one I was talking to yesterday. One of the things that they say that makes you more prone is if you have a head injury. And she actually was in a very bad car accident years ago, and she did have an injury to her head, so that's why she does trying to do the things, trying to lose weight, trying to do some of the things that will help her. And plus, she's conscious of it. She's conscious of the fact that, like my great aunt and them, they didn't know anything. They just figured, oh, well, she's forgetting stuff, and oh, well, stuff like that. But, and I forget enough stuff, and I'm crazy enough, so I won't even know if I have it. I'll be walking around, but, I do. It is something, and I'll be 60 next month, so I do keep that in mind. So we are going to jump on AARP now. We already jumped on how small the writing is. Now, if it's supposed to be a magazine for retired people, why would you print the why would you make the printing so tiny? I can't see it with the bifocals, you know? And it doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense to me. I can't grasp why you would make the printing on a magazine. I mean, look, but that's the stuff they don't want you to read anyway. Look down there. Look how tiny that is. But that's the stuff where they talk real fast, like if they're talking about something on the radio, and that's all the stuff down there. It's you can't read it. I can't read it with the bifocals. Nobody can read it, but of course it keeps costs down, is what I know. Also, it is full of advertisements. Every single page, just like Writer's Digest I was jumping on the other day, always has it has millions of advertisement. That's all it has. And also too, it has a lot of, we'll send you a free gift kind of thing, and they'll send you a little cheap thing because they know senior citizens. Actually, they prey on senior citizens. And if I recall, the reason now they do have some articles, that really do help people, but they're just the writing is so small. The writing is so small. They do have. I'm going to show you guys in a minute. Yeah, I don't want to run down. Um, what in the world is that? Okay, and then they have a lot of, and they have a lot of cell phones, which really freaks me out. Also, too, I have issues with them. Um, when well, want to sell life insurance and these kind of things, we'll send you a free gift, someone will call you. I always click that don't call me. They send you they'll send you something really cheap, like a little calculator or something, probably cost a penny, to be made in China by one of them people they chain to the tables 12 hours a day. But and then they inundate you with, oh, and something else too. A lot of people, now I am not the most computer savvy person in the world, but they play a lot of games like, we sent you information. They don't say you're obligated to do things, but what they do is they'll send I say you sent away, because I am interested in some life insurance. I want to leave some life insurance to my grandkids. Um, but and then they'll send you the little gift, and then they'll turn around and send you all these documents. You signed up to for information, and they'll write your name on it like it's really a policy, and they play those little games like that. um that, I mean, I guess they can get away with it. The attorney general hasn't said anything, but a lot of older people aren't computer savvy. They don't understand that a computer can print out anything, and you're not obligated, to do anything. And I think it's because of the advertisers, is what I'm thinking. So I am going to, yeah, where's the war on Alzheimer's? I don't want to get into that right now. I am going to stop in a few minutes. Then I'm going to come back and see, like, this is one of those free, see what they'll send you, some little, knick-knack, and then they'll, I forgot everything's backwards. And then what they'll do is, send you paperwork, make it look official, make it look like you've actually obligated yourself to something. Those kind of uh, games, because they know a lot of older people aren't computer savvy. So I am going to stop now. I'm going to actually read that article while I'm playing this one back. I always play them back. And I'll talk to you guys later.